YouTube, it's been a while. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Brandon back again for another episode in The Brandon Show. And today we're going to be talking about what is vaping. Now, I know a lot of people ask me, hey, what is vaping and why do you do it? Well, I get into a couple of things when I talk about vaping. One is uh, I quit smoking cigarettes because of it. And two, it's just a hobby for me now because it's really fun to see the clouds that you can produce. Um, Another thing that they ask is, what is in the e-liquid? Well, the e-liquid contains three things: propylene glycol, or PG, vegetable glycerin, or VG, and flavoring. So, with your propylene glycol, that propylene glycol and vegetable glycerin are typically going to be found in everyday household items, such as like your food or the toothpaste or other stuff like that. And the PG is mainly there to help produce the flavor. It gives you your nicotine throat hit. Um, and then your vegetable glycerin is for bigger, denser clouds, like the cloud production or the vapor production. And most premium e-liquids will lean more towards max VG, getting a little bit less of flavor, a little bit more of cloud production. But if you go with the standard mix of 70-30, you'll get more of an average throat hit with some vape with decent sized clouds. The nicotine levels come in when you're getting premium 3, 6, 12, 18, and 24. Okay. Oh my gosh. Um, Personally, I vape a 3. Unless the juice that I really want is only in a 6, then I'll go with a 6. But, yeah, typically all of us, everybody, well, you've seen Brock, he sticks with a 3. Emily, my girlfriend, sticks with a 3. Beside the point, though. And now in your flavoring, your typical flavoring, I'm not sure what's in the flavoring. I'm pretty sure it's just an artificial flavoring that they will add. So nothing too huge on that. And these are typically what premium bottles look like. They'll come in glass bottles, typically with a little dropper. And now let's get into the different types of vapes. So when I started back, I started with a little Ego pen. Here's a little Ego tank. It's you fill it from the bottom, and then 12 mils of juice will just last you so long. It lasted me probably a month. And then I slightly upgraded. You throw it on a mod. The MVP, when it first came out, was my first mod. This is what the MVP looks like. And of course you have buttons on here, variable voltage and wattage. And then it just fires up like this. Oh, I remember these. This is a little bit of an upgrade of a tank. It's Kenger EMA, adjustable airflow. Gets you a little bit better clouds. Definitely a bottom fill tank. You can see your juice in there. So that's the next step after you get from those Kenger E-Tech, the Ego battery things. And then you'll get into another kind of vape would be unregulated and regulated mods and atomizer RDAs. Here is Brock's Manhattan, and this is an unregulated mech mod running off of 118,650 battery. And these typically will run an RDA. And an RDA stands for rebuildable dripping atomizer. And it has post holes, and it has the post deck and you build your own coils to put on there. And you're dripping the juice straight onto the coils. Now here's my setup. I've gotten into a regulated box running off three 18650 batteries, and this is a 26650 RDA. It's a little bit bigger. Let's look at the size comparison from the Stellaire to the Temple. There's a little bit of a difference. If it were screwed in, it would be like right there. Yeah. And these things definitely produce a lot more vapor. And then the last kind of vape that I want to talk about right now is unregulated. Unregulated boxes come in parallel and series. This is in parallel because the batteries are going the same way. There's more protection with the parallel, softer. Parallel has a softer hit, less power, but saves battery life. And there's almost always, some form of safety features. So, for example, this one has a MOSFET chip, and it has short circuit protection and reverse battery protection. These typically will go, when you get into these, you're going to want to learn about Ohm's law and what these can go down to. These can typically go down lower to like a 0.1, where I don't own a series box because I don't want one. A series box, the batteries run in series. They'll give you more power, less of battery life, and there's typically there is no safety features. That is personally why I don't like them. I am a strong believer in safety features, and those things just don't seem realistic to me. And typically most vape shops won't sell you a series box unless you know Ohm's law and you know battery safety, and because there's a lot of things that can go wrong with a series box, such as if the batteries are off balance, they will just blow up in your hand. I haven't seen it done, but there's a lot of things to learn when you get into sub-ohm vaping. But let's go back to this. What I didn't explain, and duh me for not explaining it, is how these actually work. So what you'll do is you'll fill your juice in there, avoiding that center post. Your juice will then absorb into the little cotton pieces in here. And there's a little coil in there too. It's a little piece of metal wrapped around a couple times. The juice will get into that cotton, and your mod will typically heat up those coils, heat up the cotton, and it'll produce the vapor. So that's how those work. And I showed you how those regulated and unregulated boxes work. With regulated, you can adjust everything on there. So like this one, you can just adjust the watts. Right now, mine's set at 172. I'm going to boost it up a little bit, because I like a hotter vape. 180 watts. Okay. But as far as the different kind of vapes, that's about it for me right now. It's about what you can get. Man, this video is running a little bit longer than typical videos, but and the last thing I want to cover for you is something that I get asked a lot. Is vaping bad for you? It is the safer alternative to cigarettes, but it is also rather new. Not too many studies that I trust personally have came out. A lot of people wondering, like, is there side effects of vaping? There's going to be side effects with a lot of things, especially you're putting stuff in your lungs that isn't typically there, so your lungs are going to face a little bit of damage, but not as bad as they would from cigarettes with all the chemicals that are in there. especially when you get into sub-ohm vaping and you're putting a crap ton of vapor into your lungs. Um, do I recommend vaping? Of course I recommend vaping. I love it so much. My friends love it, and it's just our hobby. It's what we do. Um, now, let's get on to some announcements for the channel. I do apologize for not uploading this week. Has been really crazy. I was looking at my syllabus for one of my classes, and I found out I had to do like 30 chapters of reading. There's minimal time that I have, but I am going to try to keep putting a video out at least 3 times a week, if not every day. Brock will most likely be in most of those videos. Today was Brock's birthday, by the way. And I apologize. We did try kidnapping him and getting that on camera, but we couldn't. Brock was putting up too much of a struggle for us to video. But we did. We were pretty successful. We duct taped him up and threw him in the back of my truck, and dropped him off at his surprise party that his mother threw for him. Overall, it was a pretty good day. But I do want to show you guys one thing. I did get a new build. Shout out to Anna at Wild Bills for building this for me so that I could review some of this for you. This is a 10 rep. Let me get that camera. 10 rep, 20 gauge, nichrome, and this baby chucks. I love this build. Let me give you a little example. Hold on. I have gotten a couple burnt hits off of this, and trust me, it is disgusting. Alrighty. Get that juice in there. Anyway, guys, the build's pretty good. But yeah, if you have any questions about vaping, definitely send me a message. Twitter and Instagram are in the description below. Follow me on the social media. Like, comment, subscribe. And until next time, guys, be careful out there.